Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more adventures of Ash and Steel. And if you think I've been playing this game quite a bit recently, yeah, that's right, and there's a few reasons for that. First one being, I am actually enjoying it quite a bit. Second one being, I was going to start recording something else recently, and then something happened, which gave me good cause to just hold off and wait a bit for something else. Yeah, that's a little cryptic. I don't want to go announcing stuff too early because I don't want to spoil it if it gets delayed, you know. But essentially, I'm aware that some of you will quite enjoy what's coming when it does. Now, I'm heading back towards the city because I have 4 very good reasons for doing so. Number 1, we could invest in our house. Number 2, we could invest in the city bank. Number 3. Oh yeah, bring it on. We could try to head into the Darkwood because it allegedly stands between us and the swamp, which we need to try and reach. And number 4, getting back to number 4, there's apparently a vantage point we could use to try and expand our map somewhere in the outskirts, which is an area that is fairly safe for us. There's also one around here somewhere. Quite possibly something to do with that ruined tower. And I want to see if I can take out the beetle that roams near these guards without them growing involved in the conflict.
Ugh, gross.
And yeah, we got new load lag for a little while, but it'll balance out. So if we go back to our journal for a moment. Yeah, the outskirts, the city of Greyshaft itself. We're here in the Alpha and Omega farms, or the freehold. I might be able to make it to the mines as well. I don't know. But we've got the startings of a good map, so we might as well expand it. I see you. Shit, there's 2 of them! Fucking hell, Tristan. Pushed the button 3 times. Okay, great stuff. Now. Oh, brilliant stuff. Now keep it down. Shit, it's still moving.
You like that? It's only going to hurt more.
That went quite well, I think. Is that a vantage point? Probably not. They tend to be quite high and interesting.
How things used to be? This is nothing in comparison.
To be sure, but life goes on.
Happens all the time, you know.
These freemen are just bandits with a fancy name.
You think so?
Of
I
course.
think
Why would any
this portion of
good
the road
man
is
just
safe
feck off to
traversing.
roam the woods like that?
People say they're actually roaming the fields.
And you seem to know too much about them. Should I call the
Someone
guards?
was out
Huh?
wandering the streets
Please
and yelling
don't.
like a bloody fool.
I just
like
thought it would
last
be
night.
Now,
a nice
Bread
joke.
prices
the
went
obvious
up
high
again.
points
We'll be eating grass soon.
would be the windmills. There are so many of them. But I think it's got to be more than a windmill, or a windmill where we can climb up to the roof. It doesn't seem to be one listed for the fishing village either. So that's interesting. Let's head past the domain of the notorious Rockwolf. Ooh, and see if we can inch ever so closer to the legendary level 11. Since we've leveled up to level 10 twice now. Oh, game, that's a really long load. I'm just going to take my fingers off the movement keys completely and wait now. Ay, 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 ay. Are you happy now? We can move? No. Not quite seeing a way up. And the game's still in that laggy asset loading stage because I'm running this on an 8-year-old computer. Right, in that case, let's put these here. And then what we got? Cheese. We can make ourselves some nicer meals. Probably shouldn't look at too much here. Although this is very nice. We should try and take those back at some point. Because obviously at the moment we're trying to level, and bloody hell game. Talk about giving me a hard time there. Didn't need another loading spike as well as the other lag. This is not quite okay. This is not smooth movement. I'm impressed that I managed to fight 2 beetles in fresh game load lag. But it is what it is. Okay, I was about to say we're getting a little smoother now, and then that happened. Alright. Somewhat smooth. So, if we invest in the bank, we can earn interest, which we can withdraw, but we can never withdraw our invested capital. As such, we don't want to throw in too much, but, and some people have said it's like 2,000, some people have said don't invest more than 10,000. We might throw in a single 1,000 and drop by every now and again. There is a limit on the amount that can be invested, and I believe it's a percentage, sorry, there's a limit on the amount of interest that you can build up in the bank, and I think it's a percentage of what you got in there. And I believe the interest increments like in every half an hour of gameplay. Roughly. I'm not sure what the limit would be on 1,000. Money we invest in the house is a long-term investment as well. It'll help us in many ways. Still not liking the crap on the floor in our house. 2270, so we could drop some money in here. And I have spoke about getting the garden sorted so many times, I might as well start on that. You know, I could start saving up for any of these wonderful things and get ourselves a number of permanent bonuses. But laying the groundwork and doing the simple things first. Hey! And then if we can somehow justify this, we can find out what the secret bonus for the superior exterior is. But apparently you want to get that first before completing any of the other building upgrades. Because, like the bank, it has a passive aspect to it. Something like it hoovers up loot from the world and collects it in some kind of storage crate or something. Obviously these flowers were growing already a bit, and we've just helped tidy them up because there's no way they sprung up that quickly. And all this area still needs looking after. That's okay. Interesting. Lag should have settled down. Should it? I mean, I haven't necessarily been playing that long just yet, but wow. It's definitely worse than usual. Ah, there we go. An autosave. Okay. Lovely. So if I limit myself to just that one building upgrade now, I imagine we'll get that thing erected at some point as well. And I would like to go chase that pig at some point. Oh, that's not this road, that's that one down there. Dear game, would you kindly settle down at some point, please? That... oh, damn it. That was the start of me saying that almost felt smooth there, and then got 2 lag spikes as I was about to continue. Great. Well, whatever's going on, clearly something very busy is happening. And Tristan isn't party to the details just yet. Now, when we finally made our way to the ship in stone, it was an area that required both exploration and combat, just like that path over there. So it's entirely possible that wherever it is in the outskirts that we could go. I mean, I'm tempted to think of a place where we could have been booted off the ledge. That's a good vantage point, but we don't seem to have a kind of... well, have we actually been there properly since... Now, there's going to be a couple of loading spikes here. You know what? Let's take our helmet off. This is a reasonably safe area at the moment. That's one. Wait for the ground, Tristan. Wait for the ground to exist. That's much better. Reminds me of some bad Skyrim mods, where you'd have to wait for the ground to finish loading. But hey. Now, it's debatable as to... up there, above the inn, that's near the castle we haven't visited yet because it's apparently full of a bunch of nasty fanatics. But up there, looks like that might be a good vantage point. Come on, game. You can't be like this forever. I know the latest update seems to have undone the previous one's optimization a bit. Not completely, mind you. You know what, we are reaching the point where we'll want to rest soon, though, so that's great. I suppose it's not going to be part of a building, because that would be too easy. Although I have one in mind. Oh god, it's not... I don't think there's an easy way up there, but it would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Who? That wasn't Jiri, was it? It sounded like someone else completely. No, good. Might be able to climb up there. So I'm not expecting something as obvious as the ship every time. But I'm expecting something that looks like both an elevated position and a landmark. Preferably a very interesting one. So let's actually try that ledge. Although I imagine we're going to need somewhere higher. Now that banner, is that the Order of the One? I think it might be. Now, we're just going to meander up here and see if our inkling could possibly be correct. I mean, it's looking unlikely, to be honest. I suspect we'll need... Oh. Look at those broken stone arches overhead. Now the other thing... Okay. So while this is probably not the place, what can we see from here? I'm not entirely certain. There's also the old outpost I'm considering checking. Because there's that broken beam in the middle of the roof and I'm trying to think how I could possibly get up there. Additionally, I've seen suggestions that climbing is dexterity based. So there are some things that cannot be climbed with low dexterity and maybe climbed with high dexterity. Now, we have explored this previously. However, that was before we were making our map. Oh, that looks like I can pick it. Yes. May I? No. Nope, okay. So there's the magic torch. Oh shit. Is that one or two? Looks like one. You, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's another one around here somewhere. Solid. Or I managed to tackle it already recently. I'll take that. And immediately scan the ground in case this is where it was used. Does not appear to be the case. Okay. So, can I get up there? I doubt it. Where else could I try? Thing is, the outskirts could involve all the way back to the Inn of the King's Brother. I'm not sure exactly what it entails as a region. But hey, since we're near town, maybe we'd like to head into the city a bit. And, you know what, eat some food. Oh, let's give the game a little while to catch up with itself, just in case it's being extra laggy, because it's being laggy enough tonight already, isn't it? Now, where is she? Excuse me, lady. Lots of other characters have new content now. So,
How are you getting on?
I can't complain. Things are fine while there's no ash falling from the sky. They say it won't be as severe this time around. We can only hope.
Was the last blight hard on you?
Very. All the ash made the roof of our house cave in, so we had to shelter in the cellar until our neighbours could dig us out. But some folk didn't have cellars.
yeah, we've heard that one before. Okay, so she doesn't particularly have anything new for us at the moment. How would we get to the top of those waterfalls? Possibly over there. Bloody hell, game, are you going to stop being laggy ever or what? Because this is worse than usual. Much worse. Maybe. Maybe the game's trying to get level 11 to catch up with us. Wouldn't that be a nice thing? Now yes, there is a windmill, it's very high.
All buzzing about something.
But I doubt there's anything up there that will help us in this endeavour.
They've been running
Now-
their feet off lately.
Must be some kind of a commission coming from the capital.
Where in the city?
Their leader was given them.
Church steeple, somewhere high on the castle. Those make the most sense. Now he tells us to bugger off last few times we've been near him, so how would we get up on here? Onto that. Okay. Well, let us endeavour. Fucking hell, Tristan.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, I see it. I fucking see it. Stop lagging! You're not a pipe.
Keep breathing.
Fucking hell.
Inhale. Exhale.
Okay, yeah, get behind the rock. And run away. From all the nasty insect shit. And all the nasty insects. Until you can go back and loot those bodies. It would be nice if all the nasty insects would actually attack people who don't like us. I believe they are dispersing now. Just like our health total did. And we really need to get some more healing potions, don't we? I'm not sure how much more spiced meat we need. What was that? I think it was just Shadow lagging in. Hello? What have we here? Looks like a bit of a quarry situation. Oh, that looks like it can be climbed up a bit. I wonder if there were lower level beetles down there when we were in chapter 1 that could have been dispatched for the experience points. Oh well. Maybe someone else will have found out by this point. Old Nares told us to stick to the paths, and we kind of did to begin with. For the sake of our safety. Now then. Wait. So good. Let's try again. Okay, that looks like a no. Right. That also appears to be forbidden. Alright, try here. Nope. This guard is watching us, trying to work out if he should arrest us or we'll break our neck, whatever will happen first. Right. Trying to work out if I can, because if I can get up there and clamber along like that, there does appear to be a ledge of sorts. Not a very good one, especially as we're trying to get over here. So let's head to the other side of the outpost. See, now that's starting to look like there's some kind of interaction possible. Not very much, mind you. Okay, let's look at this. I'm not sure we're getting up there. And the hour is growing late. How are we doing for hail grass? Because we found a few more. Oh, 23. Right, in that case... Five glass beakers, 21 7, so 2 more. Right. Rest in town or rest outside? Rest outside, we get camping experience. Let's rest outside. And maybe at some point we can try to work out
They broke into the abandoned fort.
where a good vantage
Why?
point might be.
I'll be
One
damned
that's
if I
ideally
know,
accessible.
But mark my words.
And if we're even
definitely
more
stirred
fortunate,
something up.
the game will stop lagging and I'll get to play and have fun. But hey, we get to suffer through these early stages and
Fog's
push our
rolling
way
in. Weather looks
slowly
grim.
towards a level. Now there is that kind of point up there, but it's not really high and it's ringed about by a cliff, so it doesn't quite feel right. But okay, let's enjoy ourselves. Go for it, Tristan. Okay, that was interesting. Consume. Devour. Rest. It's starting to look as if a lot of the ability points for skill requirements will not come from leveling up, but will come from things like expanding our house. Okay.
I'm not against honest trade, by the way.
We have camped so many times now that we've gained +5 dexterity, which with this outfit pushes it to a temporary 29, which is still pretty bloody good. So it was nothing up here at all. That 40 of 50 is still 40 of 50. That, where is the 9 of 10? Oh, was this it?
They're so fresh on Greyshaft.
That is going to make things like advanced survival 35 dexterity. God, that's a long way off. Would allow alchemy.
Many dangers lurk in the woods. Do you need anything?
But okay, rare trophies, hunter's mark. So, you know, our leveling options are opening up quite widely. We're still a long way off many of the other things we desire. Okay, so we probably want to be looking at, say...
Many dangers lurk in the woods. Do you need anything?
30 strength, 35 insight, 50 strength, 30 fortitude. So we're looking at a lot of 30s, I see.
Many dangers lurk in the woods.
Would be nice to
Do you
find
need
what
anything?
these are. And these. So those are all rapier. These, probably rapier type tricks. Okay.
They're so fresh on Greyshaft.
Yes, it is. When it's not full of volcanic ash. Speaking of which, how much meat do we have? Oh, damn, we should have... We have not been fighting very many maulers at all. Okay. 1250, so bit low on dosh. And we do know why. Because we made a large home investment. 1820, right, I misread that. Wow, that's late night sleepy eyes, isn't it? Okay. We can make a much better hammer than this, right? But it requires more strength. If we put that on, we go to a 27. And I think it's a strength 30 hammer. So let's hold off. I'm thinking we hit up the bank. Oh, but if I go into the city with the game this laggy, it's just going to be hell. And I haven't had a single lag spike since I said that. Spoke too soon. Ugh. What do the gravediggers want today?
Fog's rolling in. Weather looks grim.
4 wooden plates. I have a suspicion that I have none. I also have a suspicion they won't look like they're made of wood. Okay, let's see now. Got some empty bottles we could pass off on someone. Alright, let's go in and be devastated by city lag. And then what? Well, bank, obviously. And maybe 1 or 2 other things as well. We do require a couple of extra flasks to make potions in. We want to save up money for Tristan to get a nice new helmet at some point. Oh, yes we do. That would cost about the same as I'm planning to invest in a bank, and I can't afford both. And I'm not seeing too many opportunities to make money in the city, but what I will do in the city is keep an eye out for high points I can climb to that I also can reach. Because obviously at least one portion of the city is significantly closed off to me. We haven't heard Jer yet, so the city is definitely still loading. She normally likes to chime in way before anything graphical appears on the screen. It is a little early in the morning for her, but that doesn't usually stop her, does it now? Okay, let's see now. I wonder why everything's so laggy tonight. And she was standing there sweeping the whole time. That's why we didn't hear her voice. Sure. Sweetheart. Let's have a pint of milk. And be on our way. City lag is real. You know what? Water. dump that there. Tristan, you do need to drink. And you've been getting through quite a lot of liquid lately. That'll do. Suppose we could always make something to sell if we really need it. Have I got all the lag out of the way outside the city? Does seem to maybe be the case, doesn't it? Nope. No, it started.
Keep your hands where I can see them.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's a perfect time for Tristan to go review his appearance. He's been on the island for a while and starting to become a part of it.
I want my hair cut.
Make yourself comfortable.
So, well, that's pretty fancy. These do seem to have predetermined colours, though, so... Okay, hang on. Right, let's see if we can find. Yeah, so that's his starting stubble beard with a short moustache. That's the same with a longer moustache, but also a little more grey in it. Yes, we go with that. The problem is, in the inventory, the beard doesn't show up, and just the moustache does, or on, and it looks weird. But yeah, if we look at some of these, I was thinking this, right? Let's see what else we got. That's impressive now. These are definitely coloured by style, so that could kind of work, right? Go like that. Doesn't quite seem Tristan's style somehow. Now that's impressive, but... Oh, that's really impressive. Okay, so if we stick with this... Yeah, just go with that then. Sure. So now... Yeah, it just looks a bit kind of smudged. We'll have to get him in a conversation at some point to see how it looks, but yeah.
Can't see tucked in fog like this.
He's been out travelling in the woods quite a bit, hasn't been trimming his moustache so much, and it's grown a little. It's all fine. Now let's head over to the bank and see about that investment. With all the sweeping going on in the city, you'd imagine it does build up quite a lot of dirt. Ooh, there. Easy boy.
What a thick fog!
Market isn't fully open for business yet. Although any second now, apparently it will be. Some of the stores may already have been manned. Let's lag our way over to the bank. Oh yeah. And then get a little creative. Um, 1,000. Okay. So then we're down 1,000 gold, and it's going to take a probably quite long amount of time before we're anywhere near drawing out 1,000, but a little bit here and there should keep us going. And for now, I'm going to try and hit up the alchemist for some flasks before heading out of town. Still no idea where we're going to find this Lucifer stone we need for the sword of his. Bizarrely, we can collect the sword from a blacksmith before he's finished working on it, and the quest still doesn't accept the fact we've given it to him. Mate, where are you? There we go. Emir! Hey! This is great. I just want a couple of these first. You know what? I'll take 4.
A good price!
A very good price. Now then.
I met a woman at the town graveyard.
You mean Dorothy?
I don't know. She didn't tell me her name.
Bloody
What she did say was that she'd been having dreams about her dead husband, and he speaks your name in these dreams.
Oh, a dead man calling me from the grave can't be a good sign. Though I didn't do anything for him to be angry about. We put his body to fire as per the tradition of the 7. But he has to get hold of herself at last, or else she'll follow a man to the grave soon enough.
So he does look exactly as the memory I associated with the name. Is Dior the boatmaker? Just a moment. Am I putting this together? Coops. Not even remotely. Okay. Well, Dior's going to be somewhere in town. And we obviously haven't spoken to him since... Yeah. I also don't presume... Woodwalker, right? Ah! Excellent! 500! Up from a 350, so it must be monster level relevant. Level 15. No wonder they're giving us a hard time. I don't think we've encountered any other kind of creatures this episode yet. Now... Oh! Of course. I don't think it's our contact rather, at the Gravediggers Guild. I don't think it's the chap who works making clothes, because that would be too close to dyer, as in someone who dyes cloth. Too much of an obvious pun for a game that's predominantly written in another language. You don't even have a name, that's disturbing. But you do have plenty of very nice books. So, silver cup, silver, lots of silver, okay, fine. Wait, 4. Yeah, we'd want the 6s, I think. The Stormwinds, do we have... Stormwinds War Part 5? Well then.
A good price.
Let's start at the beginning. I remember a time when one of the students asked me if the War of the Stormwinds
It's so
could
sad
have
to see all these books just collecting dust in my
Mate,
shop.
I'm reading this. Obviously, I need to find somewhere quiet. I remember a time when one of the students asked me if the War of the Stormwinds could be traced back to a single root cause. I gave my answer without a moment of hesitation. Arek. Since the very first day that power-hungry, insolent man assumed the duties of the Lord Protector of Tantares, it was clear that this could only end one way. Arek had doubted the decisions of the Crown ever since he was a simple warrior. Over time, he grew bolder and made proclamations about how Astarte's importance as the kingdom's main island was overstated. However, his statements were logical in their own way. According to Arek, Tantares had always been the main military power in the archipelago, and its unconquered status placed it above other islands. Therefore, he believed that the reins of power and its seat, as well as the treasury, ought to have always been on the third island. Might makes right and all. Further, Arek reasoned that Astarte should be wholly removed from the food chain based on the superior geographical positioning of Tantares. All he needed was the support of a few key people. So that's like feminists. Bear with me on this. Now, in my experience, the core argument of feminism is that it's about treating the women fairly, so they get the same treatment as the men. And you are told, don't you think women should be treated fairly? And you say, yeah, of course, women should be treated fairly. And then they tell you how they want. Well, no. After you have agreed with that, they then tell you how much they hate men and how badly they want to treat all the men.
Keep your hands where I can see them.
And of all the preferential treatment they want the women to get, at which point you think, this isn't exactly fair now, is it? They don't want to be treated equally, they wanted to be treated as superior. And that's not the same thing. And so here, and yet most of their ideas to treat the women fairly are to take things away from the men, to drag them down to the women's level, rather than to elevate the women in some way to be equal to the men, if you think there's any inequality to begin with. Let's put our new water bottles on the hotbar. There we go. And we did buy a couple of apple pies. Let's put those there too. Lovely. 6:30. Let's see what we can sell him. A mace, 3 daggers, a sword, and a hammer. You know what? There is experience points for this.
How much will you pay for this?
That much.
And we don't need the money that much just yet. Now, if we were to purchase some of these, that stamina that's a long way off. That's thrown off balance. 26 strength. Okay. That's actually pretty nifty. How much metal is going to need to go into that? Because Journeyman, basic, solid. I have a feeling it may very well be 2 steel. The Acolytes, that's a steel weapon. Alright. Are you using the... You are, aren't you? Great. And this isn't like Skyrim where you can just click on it 3 times.
Just wear armor.
Obviously we don't have the coal yet. One. Sells for 400. And it would only make iron.
If you can't take a punch, just wear armor.
Okay. I think we'll sell it for 400, don't you? Oh, 80. Right, okay. I think we might be getting some coal, don't you? That is 25 strength for only 30 damage. That's not ideal, is it? Ah, while we're here, how much iron do we need? 3! Okay. Better get at least 2 coal. And work out where we're going to obtain another piece of iron from. Any old iron will do. Yeah, that was a reference. I don't even know the song, I just know any old iron, any old iron, any old iron. And that's it. I know there's an entire song, I just don't know what it is. But it's from an era where people were familiar with a song. No. No. Not yet, anyway. 2, please. Excellent stuff. Right. Maybe we can purchase some old bits of crockery. Could have probably melted down a couple of those daggers, but might have needed all 3. Wow, still getting a bit of lag this far into an episode. That is impressive. Now, Tristan, my boy. Oh, not quite enough. Keep looking. Oh, so close on so many fronts. Wait. There's one. And here. We'll need to find one more somewhere. So what, maybe climbing up on the rooftops to get a good vantage point? I'm not certain. Now. So that's 30 damage, 80 attack speed, 15 thrown off balance, 25 strength. And we can't melt down the axes. That's 35 strength, 95% attack speed, much lower. So we sell off the axe.
Can see too.
Wait. Is there a possibility I just didn't cycle through far enough on the one-handed sword list to get to rapiers? I might not have cycled through enough to get to... I think it goes to maces and axes at some point. Hey. What am I looking for? Rapiers, that's it. 2 of 3? Come on. Well, now we know. We can't go left to get to the far end of the list. We get to two-handed weapons? We can. And we... That's not the barbarian two-handed axe. But it seems to be the same stats. Oh, that's a bother. Okay. Fair enough. We should be able to go collect some interest from the bank soon, or we could just leave it and come back even later. Let's see. Now, what else could we possibly get up to? I mean, we could obviously sell some things. We could just buy some iron at an exorbitant price. We're trying to make a two-handed hammer, but we don't necessarily plan on using that soon. Could just sell some of these. Now though, we definitely have the 15 dexterity, so let's equip our new bow. And I'd like to point out that blackwood is a terrible wood to make a bow from. It is far too stiff, and you wouldn't be able to draw it. At least it's not blackthorn, which is even stiffer and has those thorny, spiky little nubs all over it. Which, yeah, I know you'd sand them all down and carve them down, but the roots of them inside the wood would essentially be stiff and prevent flexibility and actually make it crack and split. So yeah, daft idea. We could go check how much longer until the bank pays out, or we could head out of town, make those potions before I forget, and have them ready to go for the next episode. And then... Oh. Wait a minute. I'm not going to pop in the noodle to try and see if I can get some plates or cutlery on the cheap to melt down. I was just thinking of something else instead, actually. Because I'm thinking we go make our potions and prepare to head into the dark forest once again. Because there's a mauler near the entrance we may be able to deal with, provided it doesn't get quite too nasty. You know, last time we encountered it, we didn't even have this fancy outfit. So we can believe we're a little more competent and confident, and try and work out how the hell we're going to find a vantage point somewhere in the general vicinity of the outskirts.
Sure.
Bread prices went up again. We'll be eating grass soon.
Especially when this
The
looks like
weather's
it.
been mad lately. Sunny, then rainy, then sunny again.
Okay, game. Expected a loading spike from it, and here it is. Fair enough. I don't suppose we climb up that there. Could the outskirts include all the way to the rest house? It's entirely possible. It's also entirely possible that there's a few monsters out here we could go deal with without tackling the 3 rat walkers by the old abandoned outpost. I think it would be another woodwalker. Wow, Tristan, you were flying.
You think so?
Of course. Why would any good man just feck off to roam the woods like that?
Well, apparently, because it's the only way he's going to get to the locations he wishes to visit. Now, also apparently we can get to the dark woods from here, but we should probably not desire to do so. Are there unslain beasties on this path that we have not recently? May have cleared them out a second time. And for some reason I thought there was a signpost here. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. Back to Rump's camp it is. I'm starting to think getting the crafting stations at our house early would be a really good idea. Why does that? No, it's just a stick. Look like something we could interact with. I suppose we could be on the lookout for decent vantage points. And you know what? I don't know if we absolutely needed to do the ship in stone first before the others became available. Doesn't look like we can climb all the way up there. But let's see about making ourselves some nice flasks of wolfsbane. Other healing potions are available, but beyond the scope of our skill. Seven flasks. We now have 12 of them. And hello. That looked like it might have been a vantage point. That hasn't seemed to be the case. However, if we try here, Tristan, mate. Can we? Yeah. Come on, that's not a place where you can expand your map. Fair enough. Worth a try, I suppose. Okay, so we don't need a crafting station for potions here because we've got everything else and Rump's camp is just over there. Essentially, we do have all the crafting stations here. And Beetle over there and some smugglers who don't like us because we've joined the Gravediggers Guild and they hate each other. This might be nearing a good point to end the episode. We should probably try and get some more snacky food to carry with us. Oh. Maybe I should try and kill that mauler just for my confidence and self-esteem. Even though we're still experiencing lag for the whole bloody episode. I don't see a point up there that could be climbed out onto and used to sit and perch and draw. We can climb up a bit to near the top and that is it. Same goes for that windmill. Now, as far as investigating the hollow goes, I'm pretty sure it's that field over there with the nasty monster in the middle of it, underground. And we don't want to go tackling that with all its poison. But apparently if we just drink enough poison in the form of alcohol, we'll just never be affected by any other. Especially if we drink enough rum. Oh, that was quick, Tristan. Okay. That got to you very quickly. You just try not to fight if you like this, okay? Just keep going. And one day you'll be able to hold your drink a little bit better. And if anything happens to mess with you, you give me a buff on the nose. Yeah, that's right. And, ow! Your nose will hurt. And then you'll be a strong person with a broken nose. That's just what strong people do, apparently. And then you'll just be shit. Glad we don't have to fight like this. Come on, mate. You can sober up eventually. That's strong stuff, apparently. That's affected him really easily. Ooh. Glad we cleared out those woodwalkers near this path. Let's just hope the effects have worn off by the time we get to the mauler. I'm not even going to try running at this speed. Let's put those bottles away. There we go. Maybe the mauler should be for the next episode after all. Hey, but we can camp. And then go fight it. Yeah. Okay, another autosave, fine. You know what? My brother came round to visit today, and he was wearing a shirt remarkably similar to this one. In fact, I fired up the game before he left and showed him. So, literally, he comes round a day or two after I get this shirt in game. It's like, that was funny. We had a little laugh about it. I explained to my father afterwards as well. Yeah. He doesn't look that much like Tristan though, and he definitely wasn't wearing those kind of trousers, so yeah, it was mainly the shirt really.
Bread prices went up again. We'll be eating grass soon.
Someone was out wandering the streets and yelling like a bloody fool.
Alright. Just one quick stint of camping and then one dead mauler coming up. Tristan, you better put your helmet on before dealing with it, because it's going to get nasty. Okay, here we go. You know, our dexterity was lagging behind a bit. If we overlook the outfit, the 5 we got from frequent camping is going to be a big help going forwards. Because obviously we were sitting on 14, looking at all those skill requirements and item requirements, thinking how are we ever going to... Oh, that's nice. Yeah, she'll go with that. Ever gonna see the benefits of this. Now, possibilities are opening up for us. Let's go fight a wolf.
Whew. They're so fresh on Greyshaft.
Oh. So this is about halfway. The experience bar there along the top. Even if we include the flag of the order, that's still not showing halfway, so there's a bit of a disparity. Not as much as a whole fake level that never happened. But hey, if we can hit level 11 and get out of this slump, things should finally begin picking up for us. And you know what, we've been speeding through this new experience bar quite nicely. Let's see if we can speed through a fight with a mauler quite nicely and not perish due to excessive bleeding. And our impressive immunity is now gone all the way down to 100. What? Did we just lose our immunity somehow from that one drink of rum? Oh. Because we had it up to 300 or 400 previously. Wait. Instantly strengthens immunity for 20. It hasn't been strengthened. Does this track differently? Is it now just 100%? That could make a lot of sense, actually. We'll have a quick drink of water and go off on our wolf hunt. Game. Don't appreciate the lag spike. Makes me feel like something nasty was spawning in nearby. Probably just the world. And portions of it we have not yet explored. Like all the stuff on the floor just there. Wow. Okay. Right. And we'll throw ourselves a mid-session save as we're about to head into danger. Well, I won't get lag tomorrow night because I'll be recording for Lone Wolf Wednesday. And that'll be an interesting one because in the fight in the last episode I was looking at the wrong column of the combat resolution chart, so actually I didn't die. I staggered out with 7 endurance points remaining. I'll go through the maths at the time when I record it, but yeah. Where's the bastard mauler? There's the bastard mauler. Hey you, bastard mauler. Oh, fuck off if you're going to be like that. Can we block it? I have my doubts. And we have low our stamina, so... Oh, this is a very tough bugger. Suppose I could try blocking it.
You like that? It's only going to hurt more.
That's a very itchy nose. Uh-oh, here it comes again.
Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale.
Got the bugger. Now, that went quite well and we've achieved our goal quite nicely. Oh, wow. New territory lies ahead of us. Right. There was a signpost around here somewhere, wasn't there? Ivalsby village is that way, is it? But there's also lots of monsters, so let's have a care. Okay, maybe not this way. Not yet, anyway. 2 beetles is bad news, especially if they're high-level beetles. So, let's save the game here and go on a death run. Well, no, not a death run, but almost a death run. Death run is an old term from tabletop role-playing games. It doesn't mean what some people might think it means. It means you pick a direction and run in that direction and kill everything you meet until you die. Don't like the burrowing monster. We're not killing. We're doing the more modern version where you pick a direction and run in it until you die, and don't try to kill a thing and just pretend you're called Dark Souls. Oh shit! Right. Run like fuck, Tristan. It might not be allowed to follow you here, but fucking hell.
Hey, we are guests.
Okay. Oh, these buggers.
Well, the next one's gonna hurt more. Yeah!
Yeah, leave it.
You son of an ash sucker.
I think I know where we are.
That's gonna leave a mark.
I think I've been on the other side of this. Well, that seems to connect then. I'm reckoning I should probably end the episode here. Because I'm hitting a bit of another explorative dead end. It's probably those 2 beetles, isn't it? Lovely. So I'll load up the save, I'll look at the map to see whereabouts on the island we are roughly. Really not that far from the area we've explored already. Lovely. And the outskirts are over here. And the rest of the place is back there. Could the outskirts high point... Wait, what's this? Is that the ship? I think it might be. Okay, well, I reckon this is a good enough place to end the episode. And give me a bit of time to plan where and what I wish to go and do next. For now, though, I'll bid you all a very fond farewell. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye for now, everybody.